So this was your first purchase, like first property, first investment property. So what were some of your like concerns going into it? And then how did you overcome that?
Yeah, I guess the biggest concern was that I had never done the process before, so I was pretty nervous. And I had no idea what buying a place even looked like. All I knew was that I wanted to buy an investment property. Just no idea of like a visual layout of what that entailed. So that was kind of scary, diving into something that involves a lot of money, but not really knowing what the process even is.
Was there a time when you're like, you know what, I think I understand this and I think I can take it on?
So after our first meeting, we kind of went through like the entire groundwork of what we were gonna do. So you laid that out super clearly, which was nice because I was able to visualize it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think just seeing at least high level even what steps have to be taken to get to the final goal, or working backwards from what the final goal is, was really helpful. So that's what kind of let me like overcome that nervousness or the fear of taking the first step.
Was there a time or moment during the process when you felt like, oh, like I am really getting the support I need to get through this process, or like, oh, I'm being represented the way I need to? Was there like one or two events that you can kind of talk to them about?
For sure. The first, I think there's two. The first was after our first conversation, I realized that you were aligned with my goals, because I think I shared with you, I had read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and my entire mental framework around money is kind of based on that. Like if it puts money into your pocket, it's an asset. If it takes money out, it's a liability.
Yeah.
And so prior to that, I was getting kind of frustrated in my real estate journey before meeting you because nobody was able to work with me on that. I would lay that out like, hey, I'm really looking for something that's gonna bring money in and not be a net liability. And nobody really seemed to get it. So after that first meeting, you instantly showed me like, okay, this is what we need to do to accomplish finding an asset that's either gonna appraise higher or increase in value over time or bring in cash flow. So that was the first. And then the second one, I would say, is when I was going through the lending shenanigans, just because I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I think you had a conversation with me over the phone, and you just like laid it out super straight, just very honestly, like, okay, here's what you have to do to like, find a lender. Here's the timeline that you have. So let's work within that timeline to find something for somebody that can support what you're doing. So that was really helpful, just because I didn't understand lending at all.
Got it.
And I was kind of scared, like talking to the lenders, not wanting to say no to one of them and potentially miss out on what they had to offer.
So now that you have your first investment property under your belt, not even your first place to live property, but investment property, what advice do you have for those that are looking to start in real estate?
I would say you can definitely do it. I didn't think it was possible. I was initially trying to find my own residence until I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, which like totally changed the framework of how I think. And so I started trying to find investment properties, and it just seemed so undoable. Either the prices out here were too high, or the rates were too high, but I never gave up. And you can definitely do it. I would say set yourself up with a really good team, find a good agent. Shameless plug, reach out to Dan, because Dan you can really help somebody out to get from point zero to final win.
Gotcha. No, I already have a big head, so I get made fun of, but now it's bigger. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. So the last question I had was there any point during the process when you thought, let me rephrase, is there anything that like stood out I mean, I understand you haven't worked with other agents a lot, but like, I was like, oh wow, like Dan's really good at this specific thing, or like, oh, this is what I was looking for in an agent. Like, was there something specific that stood out to you that you want to share as a closing remarks?
Definitely. I think the feeling that you had my back no matter what. So I had been in prior situations with an agent who was maybe trying to push me to do something, and I'm a salesperson, so I can kind of feel when somebody's trying to sell. I never felt that with you. I think you were just trying to help me achieve the goal that I had, and I could really feel that you had my back, whether it was figuring out lending or talking to sellers agents, working with all the different potential pitfalls with a building or an investment property. You were super thorough in looking at every angle and like anticipating things before they came up. So that was awesome, and I just knew that Dan's got my back for sure.
First of all, Dan, thank you for coming out here and doing this. I know you're a busy guy, appreciate it, but also for trusting me, I really did appreciate that. And for those that are watching, thank you very much for your time as well. If you have any questions about any of the topics that we covered, please feel free to reach out to me via DM.